I'm joined now by a really important voice on today's anniversary when we're remembering 58 years of legalised abortion. Thank you so much, Abena, for coming to talk to me.
That's okay.
I know you're
Pleasure.
somebody who has been through an abortion yourself. We're often sold this idea nowadays that abortion is healthcare, that somehow it's pro-woman to be supportive of abortion. How have you experienced that?
For me, it hasn't been healthcare. For me, it ended a life, my son's life, and at the age of 15, I think it was quite sad that I was able to get that procedure done, and having to suffer the mental effect and the emotional effect of that for the rest of my life. That's not healthcare. That's something I've had to live with for a long time, and it's been quite traumatic.
And this is something that I think is skipped over a lot, is the mental, the psychological effect of abortion, which is hard to quantify at times.
Yeah.
But this is something that you're saying very clearly that it was damaging to your mental health, and certainly wasn't helpful. Whereas actually that's the reason that most people will get abortions is under the mental health aspect of it.
Yeah.
But it didn't help you then in that aspect.
No, it didn't help me, and it took me a while, many years, before I was able to actually reach out to someone and to be able to attend Rachel's Vineyard,
Right.
to actually really process what happened and really process, really mourn my son properly. And I think it's through that I've been able to heal from the damage that this did mentally and emotionally. Yeah, and even with the whole procedure, there are images that have stayed with me for years.
I'm sure.
For many years. So I think for the fact that healthcare is there to protect our mental well-being, and that has had a devastating effect on my well-being, I don't think that it's something that we can confidently say that it's healthcare, because that's not been my experience at all.
Yeah. And I know you just mentioned you were pregnant at 15. That really affirms to me like the lack of safeguards that there are as well, that a 15-year-old can go and get an abortion. And I know in your case there weren't too many questions asked.
No.
What would you say then, Abena, to anyone else who's listening to this who has been through abortions, and is struggling to know what to do next, is maybe really struggling mentally as you have been in the past? What would you say to them?
So I would say to them that there is hope, that there is forgiveness, and I think for me one of the things I've come to accept is that it happened to me, and that if I had a chance, if I could go back, that I would make a different choice. But then realizing that there is healing, and that there is hope, and for anyone who is struggling to accept that healing and that forgiveness, that there is support out there. And I think that's one of the things that at the age of 15 I did not believe was there. And I think having experienced that and knowing the pain that women go through, I would recommend that people seek the help. And for me, one of the breakthroughs was Rachel's Vineyard, and it might be worth, that might be worth something going down, roots going down, because there is hope and there is healing, and we don't need to carry that guilt if we know that we are forgiven.
Amen. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us, Abena. It's so important that we hear these voices of women who've been through the horrors that you've been through, and thank you so much for being such a courageous witness. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.